Welcome back to Breakfast in Bed. That was Calacutta Republic. We'll talk about that in a bit. But we have our guest in the house. I call him the co-presenter today. We're going to be doing this till the end of the show. So get ready. Let's check out and take a look at his profile. We'll be right back.
Born 60 years ago, Stephen Olukayode Ogundipe is a politician, a philanthropist, an administrator, a socialite, a businessman of repute, head of many corporate and social organizations, a graduate of psychology from the University of Ibadan. Ogundipe is a PhD research associate at the University of Lagos. A man of many caps, Stephen Ogundipe's career as a corporate business manager spans into decades, taking up different leadership roles. Over the years, Ogundipe, with his corporate job, got involved in politics, serving in different capacities, contributing to the development of his community, the state, and Nigeria at large. In 2002, he was appointed as the Executive Secretary of Agege Local Government, where he took up different leadership roles, both politically and socially. In 2023, he was elected as a member representing Oshodi Solo 1 in the Lagos State House of Assembly. His impact as a lawmaker has no doubt been felt in his constituency and Lagos State at large. As a member of the 10th Assembly, his unwavering commitment to serving the people is evident with his contributions to landmark legislations, facilitating meaningful public engagement and empowering constituents through effective representation. Presently, the chairman has Committee on Information, Strategy and Security, Stephen Olukayode Ogundipe, has added value and contributed to the upliftment of all MDAs under his purview to enhance the performance the Lagos State government's agenda on delivering democratic dividends to Lagos residents. With evident transformation and contributions to the society's upliftment, here is wishing Honorable Stephen Olukayode Ogundipe a hearty and prosperous 60th birthday.
I love success stories, and I love when I see people making trends and leading. I actually really love that. So watching that profile was so amazing. Now, our co-presenter, I'm not calling him a guest, is the latest 60th birthday celebrant in town. Welcome to the show, Honorable Stephen.
Drum rolls.
Thank
you so much for having me.
Thank you very much.
I've been having fun here.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Top notch for you.
Now it's time to get to know you. Because, well, we might be Gen Zs, but looking at you, I've been seeing you since you stepped in, and I can say that you have that youth spirit in you. So today,
he has a touch in him.
Yes, not even a touch. He really has it in him. So today, we're going to drag it out from you. We're going to drag it out because people are watching to see. Well, let's see how well we can drag it out from you. Now, but before we went and checked out your profile, we looked at we watched Calacutta Republic. Now, have you ever visited Calacutta Republic?
Yes, and first and foremost, let me appreciate you.
Oh, thank you,
sir. My coming in here was wow.
Wow.
And I wasn't expecting it. And I want to thank you all for putting up this for me.
You're welcome, sir.
And let's not go back to your question. Yes, when I was growing up, that is one man some of us also want to identify with. But we also live in some aspect of him. Identify with him because he's a free person and he wants to say it's like Fela Nikolako, what we don't call him Nikolako Kuti. Is when you are growing up, is somebody you looked at and said, yeah, I want to take some aspects because it's bold and we say it exactly the way it is. And I'm also fortunate from the house I comes out from. I have this cordial relationship with my dad that I'm just not like a son, I'm just like one of his co-travelers along the journey. So, and despite that, he's a disciplinarian, and I dodged to go and watch Fela once in a while. But one thing that it ticks me off, and we must also know that is very important, is that I've been trained not to get involved in drugs. So even when I get in there, I do my own little bits and I'm watched out. But unfortunately, when I get home, you know, the thing will still...
I like the fact you said he dodged. Were you ever caught?
Yes.
Hey!
Let me tell you
that day.
My dad's best friend was also not just a fan of Fela, he dressed like Fela. So where he took his designs from is also where he took his own too. So he saw me and was saying, So I said, I don't know what you are saying. He said, Gap man, he had John Buffalo now.
Wow.
And that is how I go. So after he left, my dad just laughed before I eat. After he left, you know now.
Okay. Okay.
So, do you have any favorite song of Fela?
Yes, they kill my mama, they kill my mama. They carry everybody go inside jail. I won't forget that. It was very emotional.
You'd have pursued a music career, sir.
My voice will not allow me. I'm a very troublesome person.
Now let's talk about your life. 60 years on earth. How has the journey been?
Yes, let me say this. Like I said earlier on, I was fortunate to have a parent that knows how to groom a child. And that's exactly the way I also trained my own children too. Because from day one, he called and said, he have discussions with us and said, in case there's any problem, who do you first run to? Okay. And I said, I was trying to make her say, no, me, I'm your dad. Just, we are together in this journey. But there are some norms, there are some do's and don'ts. Don't get involved in this. This is how you make your life. And such training, let me even tell you this. At times when I write my exams, I'm not even writing to pass because of me. I'm thinking about my dad. That's how do I make him proud?
Wow.
That I want to come out and... So when I got probably into the university and he saw some of my grades, it wasn't too comfortable. Probably, have I doctored it? So he has to go behind me to go and check. And said, wow, despite all your pranks and all your... That's and he said, how do you go about it? I said, I don't forget all the training and teachings you give me.
I like that. We just previewed your profile. So I want to ask, like, what inspired you to pursue a career in politics?
If you looked at my profile, you see my journey. Even when I was in secondary school, I was involved. And by the time I moved from secondary school, I wanted to go to the university. Unfortunately, I couldn't make my results. I had to move it out to a polytechnic in Ogun State. And from there, I said, no, it is the university I wanted to attend. Okay. So that aspect, when I was in university, I was involved in politics throughout my university days. I'll tell you one of the stories. When I was in UI, I was seriously involved because my mom's uncle was a professor in UI. And it's somebody you think he was the one that gave birth to me.
Oh, okay.
So I look at him as a role model. And envisage his lifestyle. And when I got in there, it was talked that I was involved in politics. And he tried to move me off it. But I wasn't. So there's this part in you that you must identify and you must work towards it. And that is exactly my own position. So I got involved. I tried once. I couldn't make it to the student union building. Yeah. And I said, okay, in my hall.
You will.
Independence Hall. So, and I said, okay, I'll be a writer. I became the editor. And from there, I became the spokesperson of the hall.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And there became, and another one came in. And I said, there's this friend of mine, we are supposed to contest together for the PRO of University of Ibadan. And I came out as a big boy. But you know, he doesn't have money. You know what the guy did? He just been moving around and said, stop, think, vote Solomochi. So he got to a point where calling me, is it this madman you want to contest with? And that is the way he used to win the election. And I have to draw back and said, okay, let me look for that position. So I went in for the Student Union representative of my hall at that parliament. And that is how we got involved. And at a point in time, during this Abacha era, and we need to say no to military rules, my voice is always clear. And I remember vividly one of such that we have to now mobilize UITs to move down to the gate, to block the gate and block the express road, that no to military rule. So when we got in there, that was the first time we saw military coming in and this mobile police. Separate force coming in and using this water peppering tear gas on us.
Pepper spray.
And they have to jump and then escape through the Queen Hall, and they have to dress me up like a lady.
Oh, really?
So that's where you escaped.
That's where I escaped.
Wow. Now let's take it back. You're talking about politics and you talked about your uncle. Now let's go. Who were you closer to, your dad or your mom?
When I was growing up, it was more of my dad.
More of your dad.
But my mom loves me more. But I was extremely close to my dad because, yeah, he was a disciplined one.
No, let us,
He
use
won't
this,
allow.
let us use this word. Your mom loved you more, but you loved your dad more.
How do I say it?
Because
Yes, I think at a point in time, you know, I always looked at her that she should allow me to be.
Yeah.
okay, she was always on your.
Yes.
on
Your
your
dad was always
case.
the free type.
My dad would say, let me give you another example. As I was about entering the university, he now called me and said, look, you're now a grown-up boy. Let me take you out for fun. He bought me beer. He bought me cigarettes. And he was looking at me. He said, take it. And I said, Dad, cigarettes?
What
He
age,
said,
sir?
yes.
At what age was that?
That was around 19, 20, you know, around 20 years old. And he said, I said, Dad, it's not ideal. He said, no. And after I took it, I coughed. And he said, so you've not been taking it? I said, no.
Oh, that was a
that's
test.
like a
Yes.
test.
I like that. That was a
And
test.
he said, whatever you cannot do in the public, don't do it behind. It's going to hurt you the more. So those are the practical lessons I've had to get through him.
Do you think those practical lessons are still in existence today when it comes to parenting?
Yeah, it's unfortunate we are having so much economic issues. And that does not mean we should forget our values. And that is when we were growing up. A child in the streets, in the environment, in the community, you are a child of everybody. Not only, so everybody can discipline you.
Yeah.
So whatever you are doing rightly or wrongly, somebody else is also watching. Unlike now when we have a situation whereby it is my child, don't touch.
Yes.
Some of the trainings we were given then that we were thinking they are punitive, or probably they are too harsh on us, helped us in our process of growing up. And that's the part of the training I'm also giving to my own kids. That if you want to be somebody in life, you must be willing to take up some other aspects, some other challenges that will make you a better person in life.
Oh, okay. So I like to say that you at 60, you look so good. You look so amazing. So for we the Gen Zs, what's your secret?
Yeah, number one, you believe so much in your vision, you believe in yourself, and you try so much. Like I said, you have a role model, you pursue your goal, and our own time till date, we take a paper and your pen and paper,
Yes, sir.
and write out, this is what I want to achieve, this is where I'm going, how far have I been able to, what are the challenges I met on the road, how do I, we don't just allow things to go that way. We come back and reappraise ourselves and look forward to better life. Unlike this issue of computer, fine. Phones, social media, fine. But it doesn't take away your personality. You must not get yourself, you must manage your time. That I have time for this is time to do this is time to do this. And that's what we do better than that. Because you know, said, okay, this time is for me to play, this time is for me to read, this time is for me to socialize. And this time, and at times too, when you come back, when you know your parents are in a very good mood, you try and tease them a little bit. Dad, you know I have a girlfriend, that's someone girlfriend. He loves me. I remember when I was in secondary school, my dad bought me these beautiful clothes for my graduation. No, primary graduation. And there was this lady, small girl that we are saying, she's my girlfriend and whatever. And in the process of we enjoying ourselves, she now drags me. And the cloth got on. Can't see cry, yo. That is real love, can't enter.
Wow.
When I got home, I have to say to my dad that look at me and said, you're a man, you can't be crying like this. I said, because I'm afraid of the punishment I'm going to receive. I know how you went out of your way
Together.
to get this for me.
So sir, one other thing. I know how elders tend to take their Faji life aside work. So how do you balance it?
Yeah, how do you unwind?
Me, I'm a Faji person.
I was about to say it. Faji.
I mean, let me everywhere too. I'm involved in social activities. All the schools I went, Baptist Boys High School at Abeokuta, I became their social secretary, became their president. Even University of Ibadan, I became the assistant secretary, became the social secretary, became the president. Even at the national level, I became the first national vice president. Lagos here, I'm the immediate past vice chairman of Highland Club. So when you talk in terms of Faji,
you're there.
that is we normally rock ourselves. And let me tell you, I've said it earlier, don't mix all of them together. There's time to play, there's time to
balance it.
come back check yourself and said, where am I? Everything has its own limitations. Even water, if you continue to drink water, you will have problem with it.
Now let's take a look at your political life. Being the chairman, AUSC Committee on Information, Strategy and Security. Now, how has this journey been in the last 1 year?
First and foremost, let me use this opportunity to appreciate my boss, Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa. Let me be realistic with you. I was shocked as a first-timer, and I was given such position. That's the image maker of the house. And I keep asking myself, why me? And you need to keep that reputation. And probably based on my background and the service, my service to the community. And the job itself entails that you have to be passionate about it. And you have to naturally go back, continue to read and get involved and see where you can add value. And the most important thing is that if you look at every aspect of your life and you are given a particular position, just like what he normally tells us in the house, that you are here today, tomorrow you may not be here. What value, what legacy are you going to leave with the next person that is going to come into here? So it has been, so my first approach was to learn through the ropes of those that have been in that same office before me and sit with them, understand what, and looking forward to how best I could make use of that office. And believe you me, I have my plans, and God's willing is going to work out fine for us.
I like that.
So, let's leave serious talk now. A little birdie told me you love football. What is your favorite club?
I like playing football even till now.
Oh, you still play
You
football?
play football?
Yes, even till now.
Wow.
Even the last one, I remember the House of Assembly versus the Executive.
Did you won?
I was in charge of the defense.
Wow.
But
Yes.
who won?
We won. 3-1.
3-1.
Yes.
Hey, I like that.
Easy.
Wow, can you see yourself?
No, I don't
What's
come
that?
from it.
What's that?
But football too, it's something you have to, it's not just football for football's sake. It's another way of growing up. And also, unfortunately, Nigerians generally, we love football.
Yes.
And one aspect we've not gotten right about it, I still continue to wonder why. Because I remembered when we were growing up, I was in Surulere, and normally we trek to the stadium. So many times, even, there was a time there was this disaster in the stadium, I was inside. And because you see the crowd that were inside the stadium, so Nigerians naturally, so we should be able to go back and readdress that particular aspect. Because it's one area that takes our youths away from drugs. If they have things that they will be doing, if they have where they can be going to exercise their energy, I think some of these challenges, these problems we are seeing in our nation will be off us. So I was not just a lover of football, I'm also a player of football.
And I feel our new coach is actually going in that direction because in his new team that he took for the World Cup qualifier yesterday, because we had few home-based players compared to other coaches that won't even pick. And yesterday we played 1-1 with South Africa, and basically now we have to win our remaining games to qualify for World Cup in 2026. So what do you think? What do you feel about this team? Like the coach himself?
Yes. Like I said, I prefer the homegrown ones.
Okay.
That you just go and start patching and bringing. Once they grow up together, they're playing, and you bring Nigerians, the true ones that are within the stuff of our nation. It makes more. There's more of patriotism.
Yes, compared to
just picking them. But those that are there, at working on it. Number one, let me also say this: I was more than elated and happy when Finidi George was appointed as the chief coach, and that is we had to start off from. You can't know my parents more than me.
Very.
You can't love your nation more than somebody that is within. So that gives us an edge, and initially there will be more respect. And there are some languages it's going to bring in that no other foreign nation can bring in. And let us continue to give them our support. I believe seriously, they are from different parts of the world. So it takes time for them to come back together, coach and learn some things, and then blend to start working out.
So
I believe strongly in them that will.
You made mention of Chelsea being
I was going there. That you won't be doing justice.
Yes.
Chelsea being the top of the other half of the table.
Half of the other
so
table.
can you just put in more light?
Till tomorrow, I'm not even talking of today. Till tomorrow, Chelsea is still the team to beat.
No, with your recent form.
Yeah, we are. Yes, recent form. Look at the table now. When you say 1 to 10, then after 1 to 10, what is it?
Oh,
From 11, we are leading from 11.
From 11
So we are
down.
first from 11. So, and let me say this too. When you see, you should watch certain patterns. When you see certain level of people coming up together and supporting a particular team, there must be something involved. And that's why when you say Chelsea, you know Chelsea, what it means, you know, show the way I come from. Belebe, we normally remove
Okay. Now, I like the fact you talked about Oshodi so long. Now, let's go back to your constituency.
Yes.
Now, how would you describe the level of achievements in your constituency?
Yes, I'll tell you one thing. When I was campaigning, unfortunately I met the governor's wife was in my constituency, and I said, Your Excellency, man, that I've gone around to campaign. I do this trek. That was my own campaign strategy. Every Saturday morning, 7 a.m., I'm on the road. So I visit everybody in the house and said, this is the man that wants to represent you in Lagos State as well.
Okay.
And I'm going to add value, I'm going to see some difference. And it gives me more opportunity to see the level of decay in my constituency. But I know Rome was not built in a day.
Yes.
And we are also working towards it. And in the house, you have to learn to grow. You have to first take your time, because you know what, in the house we have what we call ranking.
Okay.
There are some that have been there, like my guy, the boss, Mr. Speaker, 3 times Speaker.
Wow.
That means experience.
Yes.
So you have to put yourself down to go and learn.
So you must not bear.
You will not bear.
If you bear, they will put you where you're supposed to belong. And it's an institution, you have to take your time to study. And from there, and there's this particular aspect that people don't really understand about lawmaking. They just look at us in the house, they are seated as 40 members. We do a lot of other jobs, like oversight functions, petitions, almost on a daily basis. So if there's any issue in your community that you want the house to know, it is your right to bring it to the fore. You write it to Mr. Speaker, and Mr. Speaker will look at it and then look at the committee in charge of that particular petition or complaints and tell them to go and handle it. And they will invite everybody involved and then come back to the house to report to the 40 members of Lagos State Authority. And that is why we get involved in so many things. In my own locality now, I've been to some places, you know, Oshodi is also flood prone.
Yes.
And if you look at it too, I've also involved them. We have a committee, stakeholders. Before we bring ourselves to government, let's look at where we've done some mistakes and work towards it. So it's a two-way thing.
Okay.
I want them to be a little bit patient with me. I'm just, yes, I'm old in age, but I'm still very
You're not
new.
old.
I'm still very
Old?
new.
You're not old.
No.
Look at you.
Age is
You're
just
not
a
old.
number.
He's very young. You're not old.
Let me, you know, you also use that one to shakara out. But you know, the person, even in the house, I tell Mr. Speaker, Ogami, Oga, you know, you are talking to Baba 16. So take it easy with me.
Oh, I like that. Now let's check. Are you a social media fan? Do you use social media?
Very well.
No. Which of the applications do you use?
Is your
Instagram,
favorite?
Facebook?
I use Instagram, I use Facebook, and there's this new one I just started coming into.
Is it TikTok?
TikTok.
No, TikTok, my child, yes, I wanted my last born, who's a baby lawyer.
Okay.
He said, Dad, don't go into this.
What about Twitter?
Twitter,
That's now
X.
known as X.
Twitter, yes, but I don't go into it all the time. I just go in, do some. And then
Why didn't you go into
Why?
Twitter? Why?
I'll tell you why. Because some of us, you have to be careful with the usage of
I was just about to say that.
some of your
Yes.
come on.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
And that is one aspect too that it is good. I'm one of the advocacy that we should allow for free press,
Okay.
free interactions, and now using it negatively, it's not always the best. Like, you not pick my voice you change what I've said, and it's at times because people are there watching it. Where those things have gone, you can't retrieve them back.
Yes.
To make the same statement the man has rightly made.
Okay.
You can see during Ashwaju's campaign, all the things we see in social media. The man is dying, the man is this. And when you see the man, I said, is this the man that said he's dying? There's some things, we should have some value in us. Yet it's good to portray people, it's good to have your own freedom. It's good to have your own rights, but your rights should not also disturb others, people's rights. That is where we should be able to advocate and tell our people that if I said I have my freedom, does not mean I should disturb my neighbor's freedom. Like, when we are growing up, I remembered when I was with my dad, and in our area in Port Harcourt, we have to bring out our radio on Saturdays, and for all the community to come and sit, and everybody will start bringing their chairs and bench in the evening on weekends. And from there, party starts. So, and I was initially looking at it that, what do my dad wants to gain in doing this? It took me a lot of time to come and realize that he wants people to chill out and forget their sorrow. That Monday to Friday, you've been there working. During this period, leave that family problem behind you. And that is what we do in some of these social places we go. When you are there, you forget your problems at home.
So, concerning your birthday, what birthday did you dearly like?
Which of them?
Like, this is my best.
When I was 40.
Okay.
Life begins at 40.
Yes, when I was 40. Let me tell you, I don't celebrate birthday like that. I always celebrate every 10 years. My 40, it was open field. And I have to involve everyone. I've called on my friend that if you want to celebrate me, come with your guests, come with your food, come with everything. And I was able to also interact with a lot of people in the community. And I was shocked at the kind of love they have for me. And when I was also 50, then I was having so many challenges politically that, in this part of our nation, when you are a very frank person and you say it the way it is, people don't really like you. And it took me a lot of time to continue to tell them, even when I was coming in, I said, look, I won't run away from you. But don't come and tell me what I don't have the capacity of doing. I'm a lawmaker. Don't come and say, like one of my friends called me and said, Honorable, look, my father's house is leaking. I want you are collecting rent here. You didn't share me out of the rent. How do you have to call me to come and contribute to the leakage?
Okay, sir, let's just quickly round this off. Now, what's your advice to the younger generation?
Yes, let me start that I am also very fortunate. Because of the training I got from my dad, I was also able to impact that on my own kids too. And when you take your time to sit with the elders, don't throw away the baby and the water. There are some things you will gain. And that is what they say in the Yoruba proverb, that what a young man, even when you are running, you are standing, seeing, an old person on seats will tell you. And I'll give you an example. I read about this challenge in the US, and it took them time that there is this particular problem on ground. And everybody has been going, when they come, that it's a military barrack. That why do they go there every morning to go and salute? Nobody knows the history. And there was a madman there who has been there for donkey years. And nobody took time to go and ask him, this old man, Baba, why are we coming here to salute? And when they come to him and they said, so out of all these military guys, so there's one that has sense. I've been here for over 35 years. Nobody has come to ask me this question except you. That means you must be a reasonable person. And the man now just tell them the solution. That is because one of their soldiers, in the process of defending another one, got killed there. And they used that to honor him. And that's how they got to know about the history. So they have to go and look at the man's picture and everything, and then bring it back as a monument, so that now they know where they are saluting. So young ones should also learn, yes, you are born not just like that. You are born for a purpose. And you must know that you must follow that purpose to conclusion. And in the process, there will be so many challenges. Go and check history. Even in the 70s, in the 60s. There's no time I have read or heard anywhere that the country is enjoying. Ilule, every time it's always Ilule, Kosovo, even when they were enjoying.
So as long as the youth they should have purpose.
They should have purpose, and they should know that for you to be a great person in life, you must also pass through some challenges. You must have history behind you. You must have some things you'll be looking at and said, yes, this is where I was yesterday, this is where I am today.
I like that, I like that. Thank you very much, Honorable. Now we'll go on a short break and we'll be right back soon. Welcome back. You're watching Breakfast in Bed. And like I said, our co-presenter is celebrating his 60th birthday. And we're about to do some little package, like they call it, para, for him. So is Honorable Stephen Olukayode Ogundipe is a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly and Chairman House Committee on Information, Strategy and Security. Now, can we have our beats and our songs for him? Like, can we already? Can we already? Oh yeah. Much. The GM.
Yes, please. Good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, ma. Okay, we have some of Honorable's colleagues and brothers here. Please come in.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Please come on in. All right. So, this is our very small way of saying happy birthday to our very own House Committee Chairman on Information and Strategy. Sir, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Once again, on behalf of our mentor and our leader, Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi, whom God has graciously used to put me here, I want to thank you. I want to express my appreciation to LTV8. Yes, this is special, and I'm extremely overwhelmed. Yes, when I was called, I was thinking the party will start tomorrow. But yes, it's already starting.
Yes.
And I want to appreciate you. I want to thank you, and also tell you that, yes, it's also a challenge for me. I've gone around, I've seen a lot of things, and we will continue to push that it remains a first-class station the way it's supposed to be. So once again, I want to appreciate you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. And we wish you a happy 60th birthday, many more years on earth.
Yeah.
And I can see you're feeling jiggy. I like that. So, well, it's time to leave. Yeah. Time to leave, Dayo. Suad.
So sad.
Yeah, so sad now. We should continue the party.
Sorry.
Okay, she cut the cake.
Yeah,
okay.
So that we can. It's symbolic though, so we can all spread our hands and join the honorable. What are we spelling on MGN? His initials.
Okay, all right.
That
let's do that.
Otumba. Okay, they said we should and then his friends. So let's spell Otumba.
Okay, so we start with O C
U